we are going live with Aiki Chan. And what we're going to be doing today is, do you want to gain clarity on your goals? Like a momentum that you need to move forward on your biggest goals. Well, Aiki has developed some amazing processes and systems that she's going to share with us today. And so I am super excited to introduce you to Aiki Chan. Let me give you a little bit of her background so you can be as excited about Aiki as I am. So Aiki's an artist with 3 engineering degrees, not one like I have, but 3 engineering degrees. She's the former leader of a $10 billion plus tech company, a global enterprise. She has an extraordinary talent for taking bold ideas and turning them into lasting innovation and success. Now, Aiki helps individuals, leaders, and teams achieve transformative results by breaking down complex visions into actionable 30-day plans. Not a year, not 90-day, but 30-day plans. Her expertise in strategy, focus, and execution is unmatched. If you're ready to turn your dreams into reality, Aiki is the one to guide you. And I can definitely speak and testify to who Aiki is and everything she's done. I met her a little over like a year and a half ago, and she has changed my life personally, professionally, and where I'm going. And I am just so excited to bring her to you. So Aiki, welcome. I wanted to share one thing that I think is kind of humorous. I had this thought earlier today, and sometimes I bring this up as a question at our Toastmasters groups for table topics. And it's, if you were stranded on a deserted island and had to get off of there, who would you want to be stranded on this deserted island with? Well, I had the thought today, if it was anybody, I would want to be stranded there with you. I don't know that you'd feel the same way about that because you're like, oh, please don't put me on your deserted island. But I say that because I know that you and I would figure out a way to get off this island. You would map it out in probably less than 30 days, and we'd do some brain-based coaching, and we would be rescued in a heartbeat. So anyways, I just thought I would share that with you, Aiki. I thought that was kind of humorous.
This is so hilarious as a cartoonist. My mentor drew a lot. He had a book about what you're going to do in deserted island. It's like pages and pages of funny drawings, right? And if that's the case, I mean, for heaven's sake, I mean, knock on wood, it will never happen to both of us. I cannot survive for 30 days without food, okay? I need to eat. Anyways, so I'm thankful to be here. So love your introduction. I'm like, is it really me? So I am Aiki Chan. My privilege to be here. So let's give you all a backstory, how I go about figuring out like this 30-day action planning session workshop that I teach is transformative. I have a long history in engineering and technology. For my many years in corporate, and later on became a corporate leader, I look back at my experience. It dawned on me that why do innovative company consistently create tangible product that push innovation to the T, push science and physical limit, and create a product that has never been created before. Now, granted, those products are highly sophisticated. It could usually take many months and could be thousands of people globally to create. But it all starts with an idea in one person's head and then propagated to many heads. And then before you know it, it becomes the next product the entire company need to align and create. It happen all the time on schedule, way ahead. Like they pick a date and then it has to happen. And then I step back, I'm like, wait a minute. If I can teach people how to do that in corporate, I should be able to do that at a personal level. And as I work with high power clients, let me explain who these people are. They are highly successful, highly functional. They are really successful in their career. They could be business leaders, entrepreneurs, even award-winning speakers. So these are people like they know how to succeed. But when it comes to personal development, this is a common theme I observe, I notice. It is actually harder to create a goal for yourself. Why is it difficult? You don't have a structure or system to give you accountability. Imagine you work in a big company, right? You get paid really well. If you don't deliver what they ask you to deliver, someone will remind you very quickly.
Mhm.
But for your own life, either you know what you want to achieve, or sometimes you don't have clarity, which I'll go over the tool towards the end of this live show to show you a power of very simple tool. When it comes to our personal development, let's say we have a vision, we have a goal. It's yes something we have never done before, which is the same as corporate. They have never done that thing before. You think they're all smart engineers, scientists, but yet they are asked to do some things differently. The market is different, technology is different, everything is different, people could be different, but they consistently achieve that. So I bring that in and create my own program to help highly successful people to push their success to the next level. And Lisa had been in the workshop. I spoke at her retreat, demonstrating or running this live workshop session. Is super interactive. It's not lecture. And maybe Lisa, you can share maybe key points, like what you can remember or stood out to you as a participant, because you were in all these retreat. Either you're in the background helping participant, or you were actually in my workshop.
Yeah. So speaking to that, like I was, well, like I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of things I'm working on, from books to a movie to a series, to launching retreats, to working with clients and developing new programs, the youth detention centers, and trying to figure out, oh my gosh, how do I prioritize all of that? What does it look like? And how am I going to achieve my goals? And what does it look like to actually be profitable in these other areas as well, to make it sustainable? Because I would love to volunteer and do everything for no fee, but that's not sustainable long term. And so how do I make everything a win-win, still being able to serve and help people, but yet build a company? And so you have been instrumental in helping me gain clarity and figure out the steps in the process to do that. And it's an ongoing process. And that's why it's so instrumental to get to come to your workshops on a regular basis. Like we launch our retreats every 90 days, because people we're in different stages in 90 days. We're going to need possibly a new planner, look at something differently and figure that out.
Yes, absolutely. I remember the very last virtual session, which I run regularly, because some people cannot wait 90 days or it doesn't work with their schedule. I remember I believe you came in, you are an overachiever of overachiever. You came in with 13 goals that you could spill on paper. I'm sure you had 13,000 in your head, right? And instantly you had clarity. You could prioritize. Because the power is start with our thinking, which is invisible.
Yeah.
I'm telling all of us, we have a brain, we think. Everything starts with a thought. If we are confused about where to go, which goal, one of the 13 or 13,000 to tackle, we'll forever run in a circle inside our head. And then very soon we are exhausted, like, oh, I'm not going to think about it. You know how I know? I'm the same. You think I'm like above everybody else? Because I have the same challenge. So this is why when I design this program, I design like someone for me. This is why it works for someone like me.
Yeah. And I've seen it work for our participants. I mean, we had one lady that came into our last retreat, and it was all brand new to her. She launched a book the week right after she left the retreat, because she had clarity from the plan that you helped her develop.
Oh, yes. I talked to that participant, Sophie. Not sure if she's listening. Here's Sophie's situation. She had done amazing job in helping people in corporate in one area. So she's an expert. It's not like she has to read a book to write a book, She doesn't need to take a course to write a book. And for some reason, she has not started. It was in her head. You know how dangerous that is? We could bring it to our grave, for crying out loud. So something happened at the retreat, including in the 30-day action planning session. She was just like, action after action. And then right after the retreat, less than 1 week, she finished writing her entire workbook. It's not just a book. It's a workbook that someone can take independently on their own and figure things out. That's how powerful it is. And this is just one example. What about other participants you can think of, Lisa? Remember, we have participants coming back.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. One of the most recent participants, and she's been to all of our retreats. Every time she comes, she gets like a boost in momentum. She's got contracts with multiple companies here in town now for her business, and she's just thriving. I love it because, again, getting that clarity, putting a plan into place, and then having access to like you and myself, Ken and Andrea, that makes a huge difference in the community that we're building and fostering for people to really just grow, co-elevate, and collaborate.
Yes. What I like about our community, I must say, is people are very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be successful. Don't get us wrong. This is why they spend the time with us. They want others to be successful as well.
Yeah.
I mean, where can you get that? We truly co-elevate everyone. So I invite you, Lisa, to go over this quick tour with everybody else who's watching.
Okay.
You have done this with me before multiple times. This is something I do at the workshop as well. So Lisa, step one. So everybody who's watching or watching the recording, I want you to think about one area of your life you really like to improve. I mean, don't judge anything that come to your head. Whatever come to your mind, just hone into that. Now, to give you maybe the top 3, I hear people again and again, a common theme is physical, like wellness. That's one big area I keep hearing people about. Another area is career. You could be independent, you could be a business owner, or you could be having an employer, right? And then the third one is like personal. People don't have personal time to themselves. They serve everybody else but themselves. They put themselves last. So these are the top 3. You could have others one as well. So I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to hone in. Again, whatever come to your mind, hone into that. Just grab a hold of that. Don't judge it. So Lisa, do you have an area?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Here's step 2. I like you to close your eyes. But if you're driving, do not close your eyes, and you should not. Okay. And if you can, just hone in and center yourself, and imagine. Let's say when in book rating, you rate 1 to 5 stars. 5 stars is like, oh my goodness, this is the best. I want you to rate that area of your life and think about, what does it take to be a 5-star? I mean, it could be way out. It could take you, I don't know, 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years to achieve. Doesn't matter. Have that vision in your head. Don't judge it. Don't say, oh, I cannot do it. This is not the how. I'm asking you to visualize. It's free. You can do it. So Lisa, you have a vision for that?
I do.
Okay, perfect. So now this is the kicker. Super simple. Lisa, if possible, I invite you to share the one area you pick and then the vision really quickly to paint a picture for us.
Sure. So for me, the area that I focused on the top 3 that you actually brought up was personal. So the area of my personal life, and the vision that I have for that is, I mean, I love everything I get to do throughout the day and where I'm going. But one of the things I lack, and even today it presented, was getting more intentional time with friends and building relationships. So that is one thing that I sacrifice because I do focus so much on my career, building the businesses and everything I'm doing, as well as my physical, spending time at the gym and my health. But I really want to be more intentional with relationships. And what the ideal situation looks like for me is at least once a day, getting to either be filled up by somebody or pouring into somebody else. And so that's something I truly do desire to have on a daily basis.
Perfect. I'm going to ask you a pointed question.
Okay.
What action can you take immediately after this live show to fulfill that, to move you closer to your ideal?
So so for me, that would be making a list of people that I want to be intentional with, and then reaching out to them to schedule that time with them.
Okay, so am I hearing two actions there? One is make a list.
Yeah, make a list is number one.
You want to be intentional about, and then the second is to actually reach out to that list of people.
Yes.
Is it true?
Correct.
Okay. Let's talk about the very first action, to make a list. I know you have many friends. You're very, everybody love you. I'm sure your list can be exhaustively long, which is a happy problem for Lisa, right? Everybody wants to spend time with her. Let's share with us, how long would it take to finish writing that list?
I would say it'd probably be a good 10 to 15 minute process of going through.
Only 10 to 15 to write down 1,000 people? Wow, you must be a fast writer and thinker. And when can you do that?
I would be able to schedule that in probably later this afternoon.
Bingo.
Okay.
I want everybody to really sink into this short conversation. I cannot, so you could comment if you're watching live, or if you're watching the recording, feel free to connect with Lisa and myself. I really want to hear your story. This is not rocket science, I'm telling you. The very first action, I work with many people in large group or one-on-one. The very first action, the power is to build momentum. Now, we probably won't get you to your ideal stage of 5-star, but it is a different way of thinking. So this is the power of having a systematic way to think. And this is one of my superpowers, is to help people with a structure. When you have a structure, you can be creative. I know it's a counterintuitive. I'm telling you, you must have some kind of boundary and structure to be extremely creative. Because otherwise, it will be a blank page effect. Remember that? You have a blank page, you have a blank canvas in front of you, and people say, let's say it's a painting, right? Let's say you know how to draw and paint. Someone hand you a blank canvas. It's really large. And say, you can paint anything. I bet most of us will be staring at it for days, trying to figure out what to paint, because it's wide open. There's no structure. Yeah. By creating the right structure and system, actually help us to be creative. I didn't think about it this way until one of the workshop participants recorded in her testimonial, in her own word, explain what I just tell you. I'm like, this is really genius. And in engineering, Lisa, we both went to engineering school. Mm-hmm. You know what's happening in engineering? We are taught to solve problem, right? But the problem was almost never like solve any problem you want. No, there's a problem in front of us. There's always an answer. If there's no answer, we have to figure it out. That's what engineering school is about. And for those of you who don't understand what engineering is, this is what it is. To get things done, to make things happen. And there's always a boundary. The problem in engineering is the boundary. That's it. You can be as creative as you want inside the boundary. And guess what? Good engineers always come up with a solution, right? Mm-hmm. Don't you agree, Lisa?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I always tell people that's what my degree is in. It's not necessarily engineering or electrical engineering. It's problem solving. That's how our brains are taught to function.
Exactly. So for some of you, it may be different. There's a reason why I think the way I think. Because I went to school and spent many years to acquire that skill to think. Yeah. And I bet all of you, if you spend enough time, energy, and money to have 3 engineering degrees, you may even think better than me, more productive. There's nothing unusual about that. But now I'm sharing with all of you so that you don't have to go to engineering school to think like me or think like this. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually showing you the freebie, two pages. I designed this so you can go through this exercise in all areas of your life in a structural way in under 5 minutes. Like maximum is 5, because I gave it to people to do it every single time they come back. I'm like, whoa, it truly only takes 5 minutes. It is simple and powerful because it's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Because I did all the thinking for you and step back and create this tool for you. So yes, thank you, Lisa. You can go to keylearninginstitute.com to download your copy. It's free. And you can follow this exercise. Whenever you need clarity, like for your personal development, just pull it up and do it. Until it's natural to your brain, then you don't have to think about it.
Yeah. I love it. I downloaded it and I have one that sits over off to the side here, and it's great. It's a great resource, a great tool. Again, that's one of the awesome things, Ike, is you have developed all these amazing tools to equip us. But the biggest thing, and we learned this, I learned this a couple months ago, is it's all about implementation. We can have all the tools out there, but we have to go implement.
Yes. I have a long history and deep experience in teaching highly skilled professionals in corporate. That was since the beginning of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 14 years and counting. So I really understand how highly skilled, really intelligent professional learn and not learn. You see what I'm saying? So all the tools I design, workshops, I really designed for that, because none of us need to be told what to do. We must want to use the tool or the information we receive.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm speaking at Lisa's retreat coming up, and can you show us the link so people can check it out? And so the events coming up, multiple. So I encourage you to continue to follow Lisa Bischoff, and would love to see you at one of our upcoming retreats. And you can check out my website, which was keylearninginstitute.com. And I have this 30-day action planning virtual workshop frequently. I invite you to apply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yes, go ahead, Lisa.
And if people want to connect with you, they can go to Key Learning Institute, or could they go to your other website?
They can go to ikechan.com to connect with me. Yes, absolutely. And I'm fairly active on LinkedIn as well, if you're watching on LinkedIn.
Yeah. And again, if you want to connect with us in person, and Ike, sometimes she's able to attend and speak at our retreats in person. Sometimes she's virtual, but it's just like she's right there with us in the room with the way we have our tech set up. But we would love to meet you and have you join us. So we actually have 2 retreats coming up. One is actually happening on March 28th and 29th. So next Friday night. And that's a Life Reimagined faith-filled experience. That's a women's only retreat, totally faith-based. And it's called Queens Arise. And it is helping women step in their purpose and find out who God called you to be. And we've got myself, Ike Chan, Chantel Bridges, who's absolutely amazing, and then Cassandra Cruz. All of us will be presenting and helping you step into your purpose. And if that's not a fit for you, or if you happen to be a gentleman and you want to join us, we actually now have a co-ed retreat that is launching at the end of April 25th and 26th. And that is also includes myself and Ike Chan, but we got 2 of our other co-founders for Life Reimagined. We have Andrea Bolt and Ken Lewis. And so we have an extraordinary team. So I encourage you, go check out the website, the fit2exist.com/events-1. It's got both retreats listed there. You can click on it and find out more about each of us as speakers and more details for the retreats. We really hope you found everything here valuable. As you know, this is just a tiny little piece of what you would experience at our retreats. And Ike, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I want to add is actually what I went through, that simple, powerful tool, it serves as a foundation for the 30-day action planning, or however many day action planning you want. Essentially, it is a guided process to help all of you to achieve your goal. It is not just a plan, it's action to help all of you to figure out what action to take next. Because many of us, we try to achieve something we have never done before. We don't even know where to start. We can't make a 30-day, 90-day, or 20-year plan because we have never done it before. The power is take action that you know. So I invite you to really hone in and do the tour and download the freebie and help yourself and tell all your friends about it.
Thank you so much, Ike, for jumping on here and giving us that valuable too. You know, one of the things I absolutely love that I heard from one of my coaches was the secret to living is giving. And I love that we both have that we're in that same space of wanting to we want to give it all away. We want to help people be better. And so thank you very much, Ike, for your time and what you shared with all of us today.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you for everyone who's watching us live or through the recording.
Thank you. We look forward to hopefully seeing you at one of our upcoming retreats. If not, connect with us on our socials or on our websites. You saw fit2exist.com is where you can find me, Lisa Bischoff, or you can go to ikechan.com and find Ike there. So thank you. We hope you guys have a great day or whenever you're watching this.
Thank you. Bye.